Hey everybody, you're having a good day. It's Monday, which means it's time for some more Apollo Justice Trilogy. Last time we started the trial portion of the last part of Attorney Trilogy, and well, we learned that Machi Topai is able to speak English a little, and now we're accused. We're putting Daron to the stand. So let's just get into it. And yep, that is it. Attorney Trilogy, the trial resumes. July 10th, 1:40 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Apollo! I can't believe it! It really happened during the second act! And right in the middle of Lamiar's performance! The reason why she was in that airplane, and that switch and the flaming guitar, when you look at all together, that's what you end up with. I knew you had Baltic. Ah, darling! Mr. Wright! You believed in me? Not really. Huh? I just thought that make a cooler entrance. Say hi, then say hiya. Why do I even bother hoping? Where have you been lately, darling? You haven't been coming to the office at all. Ah, sorry about that, Trissy. I'm on a secret mission. Secret? You mean like you're undercover? Like Mr. Latus. Only shorter and not dressed as well. No. One of you were shot too, Daddy. Why would I do a thing like that to you? Anyway, I'm off for a while again. Huh? You're leaving? Oh, one thing before I go. What? Good luck. Right. Is that all you can say? I think you have things pretty much under control. You'll get Machi Tobai off the hook, no doubt. Yeah, but you're after that detective, aren't you? They ran Crescent. It won't be easy proving he did it. Especially not under the current court system. The current court system? What did Prosecutor Gavin say during the trial? Your case is based on one fragile assumption. Nearly. That our deal with the fine is telling the truth. But what about all the proof? The brooch and the switch? A piece of jewelry and a lyrical blunder. There are plenty of other ways to explain these things. The flaming guitar too. All because you like definitive proof of their connection to the case. If the sultry songstress is lying, your kiss melts like butter in a frying pan, leaving behind the faintly sin scent of failure. So what do I do? Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Oh, that reminds me. I have something to give you from our detective friend. Detective Sky? Emma? Let's see. This bag of snacks here was meant for me. Ah, here it is. What are those, Daddy? They don't look like very good snacking material. They were found at the scene. Lines of the fragments revealed traces of gunpowder. Gunpowder? Probably a firecracker or something similar. Like the ones kids are into these days. These fragments were found under the sofa at the scene of the crime, actually. Under the sofa? Hey, Apollo! That's where we found that little device thingy. Right, this... Well, finally, some evidence that makes sense. Burned fragments out to the court records. Found to the crime scene, burying gunpowder, residual, possibly a firecracker? That's all for me, I suppose. So, you think this was some kind of firecracker? Yeah, or one of those noisemakers. Like you shoot off on New Year's. Did you know that in China, they use firecrackers on New Year's to scare off evil? So it's kind of the same thing. Really? I had no idea! Well, as you know this, it takes more than 500 peanuts to make one 12-inch jar of peanut butter. At least my useless facts had something to do with the evidence. Alright, see you after the verdict. Maybe. Right. Even me. Every man has a neck. They're inside him. Excuse me? Find there and Crescent's lighter and set it off. And he walked out the door, just like a magician. Normally. What does he want us to do? No conventional methods? What does that mean? I guess we'll just have to take his advice and hope it makes sense when the time comes. I guess. We're almost at the finish line. Hang in there, Trissy. Right here, 1:55 PM, District Court, Corbin number 3. Court's now back in session. Officer Gavin, where is Detective Crescent? In the witness lounge. Ready to be called at any time. Very well. My I don't believe any of this. They were almost the first detective I've ever worked with. We stopped working together when he moved to Krill in the first, Division 3. With his guitar playing, it fires my imagination. That's nice, but it has nothing to do with the matters at hand. Correct? Oh, I know. Hair, forehead. Hero, call the final witness to the stand. Detective Daewon present. I do a little check some. Oh. I didn't realize we could play this, so. Okay. Hold on. Oh, that means we no longer have guilty love. Okay. Name and occupation, please. Darren Crescent, Detective, Criminal Affairs, Division 3. That's the International Affairs Department Division. For those of you who didn't know. And I'm the guitarist for the Gaviniers. Maybe you've heard of us. You fully understand the circumstances under which you stand before us today? Yeah, I understand, Your Honor. What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. You give me your word that I wouldn't be standing here. The situation's changed, Daewon. And don't call me partner. Ha. So much for old friends. I see what you're doing, Daewon. You're pressing the prosecution. Your Honor, if you could begin the trial. Yes, it's high time we did. Let's hear your testimony. You may begin your response to Lamier's testimony. If, in fact, you have anything to say about it. Oh, I've got plenty to say. Here, lying must be a national pastime in Bulgaria. And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice. Ha! Conventional methods are out the window, huh? Here goes nothing. They ran for below. The diva's lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story. In the first place, she never heard my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots? That's it. Didn't Detective Emma Sky hear those gunshots during the first set? Anyway. The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. Do you claim Lamayor's testimony was a lie? Hey, don't get me wrong. I did what she's doing, trying to protect that kid. And she got the court eating vague statements out of her hands just because she's blind. You've gone too far, Darren. Look, all I'm saying is, you got a reliable witness. Why not listen to the detective? You take this guy? I see. Mr. Justice, you may begin your cross-examination. You must any time find a weak spot. I can't do this with Lamayor's testimony alone. I have to find some other way to prove when the shooting took place. Alright. You don't have any proof she was lying? You don't have any proof she was lying? Oh yeah, kid? You're saying I lied? No. I'm just saying, Apollo! Glare back at him! I couldn't help it! Flinched my reflex. Is that the Crescent? Yeah? What do you want? Nothing. Apollo! Turn up! Back straight! You're wilting! This guy's hard as nails. He makes Wacky look downright cooperative. Look, there's no way the diva remembers my voice. You never talked to her? Even though you were playing in the same concert? Not a word, as far as I recall. But weren't there replying scenes or something? Gavin took care of all that himself. Mom said. Darren and I wasn't involved in any of the meetings with her. Ugh. Not see if you can just go around remembering everyone's voice like that anyway. Only an idiot would believe that. Leonar's hearing is very sensitive. She could remember him if she heard him. I'm sure of it. Just can't prove it. I need proof. We know she missed the words. The mixing board proved it. Oh yeah? There was a mistake. But blaming it on gunshot is just a lame excuse. What do you mean? The mixing board proves what? It proves there was a mistake in a song, MSQ. So, she just flubbed it up, big time. That's all. She spins this story around a gunshot to protect the kid and covers it for her own goof. Man, I have to hand it to her. If she wasn't sticking it to me at the same time. Theron, watch what you say. Lamayor is an artist. She just flubbed it up? That's no accusation for a performer of her caliber. Huh. She got to you alright. I can see it in your eyes. I tell you, most of her stuff is so pretentious, it's way over my head. I'm detecting a rift in the Governor's ranks. Anyway, she's too close to the defendant. Her testimony can't be trusted. You ask me? I go with Detective Sky's story and at the drop of the pick. Actually, I was there too. So I hear. Which means you heard them too, right? The gunshots? Yes. We heard gunshots. Neither I nor Emma actually saw the shooting, mind you. Heh. I guess you and Lamar got the same excuse then. We know one thing for certain here. There were gunshot-like sounds that emanated from that room during the first set. What we must determine is whether those sounds were actually gunshots. Imagine you heard them too! Remember he said he ran for the air duct when he heard them? So, how do we figure out just what those gunshots were? Like, what those gunshots during the first set were? That could have been what the shooter wanted us to think. Tell you what the shooter... I'll tell you what the shooter, that kid, wants you to think. He wants you to think that Diva heard me in that room. Ark! I'm back to relying on Lamir's testimony. Not so much as I enjoy the dead on and forehead show. There's no need for such tempers. There is no need for such tempers. Don't make us into some comedy, do? This means that Gavin and Darren's show cancelled? Neither of your claims can be proven or disproven. We could argue for days like this and get nowhere. Pastor Gavin is quite right. This court will hear no further discussions on this topic without new facts. New facts, huh? He's pretty eager to paint Lamar as a liar, isn't he? Yeah. That's our testimony. It's basically our entire case. This is tough. What should we do? I've got a few ideas. Just need to find another way to prove it didn't happen the way when he said it did. Alright. Oh, it's also put on the final cross-examination. Hey! Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial. What things? The first was this small device. That's the remote trigger igniter. Correct. And one more thing. What are those? The remains of something burnt. Not another guitar, hope. Traces of gunpowder were found on these fragments. We have a report that it was something like a firecracker. Eh? I didn't even know about this. What? You think Detective Sky works for you? I received the report this morning, before coming here. That's when I made my decision, actually. What decision is this, Prosecutor Gavin? I ran sure they're on as a witness in today's trial. Just in case. This raises another possibility. Also, Sparky754, thanks for all, appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day. Hey, this raises another possibility. Those gunshot-like sounds during the first set could have been two firecrackers rigged to go off by remote control. Haha! You got an active imagination, don't ya? Don't you? But you couldn't say every little thing you think. Sorry, but you shouldn't say every little thing you think. Did I mess that up? Your explanation there seems a bit too convenient for me. Why so? So, you're saying these firecrackers just happened to go off? Right when two witnesses came walking by? Ah! That's right! Imran was out on stage when it happened, Apollo. How could he know someone was backstage right then? If a firecracker goes off in the forest, and there's no one there to hear, you get my drift? Why go for the trouble, man? Urgh! How do I explain this? He may not look like it, but Dayron is a gifted detective. Show any weaknesses, and he's sure to find it. He may not look like a partner. Jeez, thanks, man. That reminds me. I happened to pass through that fiery hallway several times that day myself. And I saw something odd there, just before the first set. Something odd? A headset. The kind all of the band and staff members were wearing. That's right! We picked this up in front of the door to that dressing room. What if that headset wasn't dropped, but placed? And if it was turned on? You could hear what was going. Yeah, you could hear what was going on in that hallway. Even if you were out on stage. Fam. Whose side are you on, Gavin? Listen to me, Darren. There are no sides in a court of law. Which is why I now turn to you, head forehead. I've got a question for you. Huh? For me? The igniter and the burn fragment. Yeah, the igniter and the burn fragments that were found at the scene of the crime. It's certainly a possibility that they were part of a ruse to fake the sounds of gunshots. That's right. Throw the headset from the hallway into the mix, and you could fabricate an alibi. Give me a second. Oof. But we're still no closer to proof anything. Those gunshots might have been real or fake. You can't say. Okay, I think I seen the message from Sergeant. Cheers, Spiker. He likes it. Hope you're still hoping you're having a good day. Okay. You raised the possibility that shots were heard during the first set were fake. Now you need to prove the other half of the case. The other half? Like, I'll just tell him. He wants you to prove the thing went down in the second act. I'm gonna see it because it looks like we're getting into situation, so let's just keep the flow going while our other piano player was on stage. That's right, Gavin. That right, Gavin? Indeed. You can't prove that? Then the continuous cross-examination will be pointless. Elements of justice? Can you prove the crime took place during the second set? Yeah, I think. You better know, Apollo. Otherwise we're through. It can't be proven. You make it sound like someone else is going to come along and do it for you. Let's continue with the cross-examination then, shall we? Witness, your testimony, if you would. This isn't going to be easy. Need some decisive proof. And fast. You ready, kid? Because I am. The shooting took place during the second set? If you're so sure, let's see some proof. But the gunshots heard during the first set could have been... what? Some kind of setup? I've heard that one before. Ugh. You need proof, Apollo. You need to prove that the shooting took place during the second set. Well, if you know how to do that, I'm all ears. Maybe the gunshots are the key after all. What do you mean? Well, Lamar said she heard them, right? Right in the middle of her illusion, while she was up above the ceiling? And she forgot the words of the song, yeah! You can prove that the gun was shot right when she missed those lyrics. We're home free, I think. True. Not easy, but true. There's some way to prove that? Let's take a look for our evidence. Maybe there's something in there. Hey, aren't you supposed to be cross-examining me? Trying to refrain from private discussions during cross-examinations, Mr. Justice? Right, Your Honor. Sorry. Oh! Just let me take a quick look for the court backcourt. I think we got it. He's pretty eager to paint Lamar as a liar, isn't he? Yeah, because her testimony is basically... Oh, we've had that line. Okay, I need to find... Say, I gotta figure out. I need to find another way to prove it didn't happen when he stated it. I have an idea. Objection! Yay! Got it! It seems there was a clear proof left behind. Right here in Lamar's song. Her song? What exactly is this? The vice thingy. I know for the gramophone perhaps? Your Honor, please! Come on, we just used this. And don't get me started on gramophone. This device was used to record the performance part by part. Part? You move the slider to adjust the volume. It's an instrument meant it's adjustable separately. Lamirar's voice is included. Ho-ho! What does this prove? According to Lamirar's testimony, at the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words to the song. Ah, you intend to examine the recording at that moment, yeah? We might even hear those gunshots. Exactly. Ha! Ridiculous. How are you supposed to hear gunshots back in that dressing room right on stage? How are you supposed to hear gunshot back in that dressing room? Yeah, I don't see it. Have you forgotten, Dayron? We were all wearing these headsets. Oh. We were all deeply involved in our performance. But Lamirar's headset would have picked up what she heard all the same. And let's get the analyzing that recording right now. Lamirar starts singing when she heard the shots fired. I'll find the spot and I'll find the gunshot. Take advantage of this way. Your Honor, listen closely to this part. This is a track with Lamirar's vocals. Oh, cool. It's just playing this part. I did hear something! Faintly there, yes! Why? It sounded like a gunshot! What? This has to be some kind of mistake! I believe a case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second set. Which means Lamirar's testimony was true! Rah. Order! So... she was telling the truth about what she heard. It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latouche. Oh, what did he say? It's over. Press the switch. 9. Just after that, there was a gunshot. Then the guitar caught on fire. Detective Crescent, you weren't on stage during the second set. You could have done it.
But why did we only hear one gunshot on the recording? Weren't 2 bullets fired from this weapon?
Lumber was moving through the earth vent, Your Honor. She must not have been close enough for her mic to catch the first shot. Then, as she pressed over the dressing room, the gun fired again, and Mr. Latus's life was taken. Well, Detective Crescent? Once again, I'm reminded of something. Our performance that day.
Your performance?
See this mixing board? Jogged my memory. You were there too, head or forehead. What is it with today? Problem after problem. Achoo! My Hulk won't start, my guitar case is busted. My guitar's been burnt to a crisp, and the top of someone's dead. And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar? It was you, Daron! I thought it was strange at the time. How could you miss such a simple cue? I know you. I know how you play. You're better than that. Yeah, well,
You what? Prosecutor Gavin? What are you getting at?
I'm talking about the murder weapon. Mr. Latus's 45 caliber hand cannon. As we have learned, even the shooter doesn't go unscarred with a revolver that size. The kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder, if you're an amateur. Wait! You mean his playing was affected because he hurt himself shooting that revolver? Ha! You're forgetting something.
Yes, Detective Crescent?
I'm a trained police officer, you know. I've had firearms training, plenty of it. I'm no amateur. The standard sidearm issued to police officers is a 38 caliber weapon. A much tamer beast. Also, the murder weapon belongs to the victim, Mr. Latus, which suggests there was a struggle between the killer and the victim.
So, the killer might not be holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Is that what you mean?
The thought had occurred to me, yes.
Hell, does the witness have anything to say to this? Detective Crescent!
What I want to ask is what Mr. Sleeves rolled up ready for action has to say. Hey you, attorney! Me? Exactly what piece of your evidence is decisive again? Which piece of evidence is decisive again? You got a little noise on a tip, that could be anything. And you have a slight... I'm sorry, I have an alleged guitar cue miss due to a 45 caliber kickback. I wait for this kiss, Gavin. I really do. You can line up your little weak piece of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager. And that's the obvious truth.
The witness has a point. The defense's argument, while persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say in response to the case so far. Your testimony, please, Detective Crescent. Tell us your reason why you couldn't have done it.
Proof of innocence. Come on, why would I even want to kill that manager? You want a reason? Easy. I've got no motive, man. This was the diva's first trip to this country, right? How could I possibly know that her manager? If I didn't know, why would I want to kill him?
A simple reason indeed. Mr. Gavin, is it the case that Mr. Latus had not been to our country before?
According to our records, yes. Not even once.
I see. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin your cross-examination.
Red. Now I need to find a motive. Remember, conventional means aren't working here. Alright. Hey, manager? Sure, but Mr. Latus was... Oh, right, sorry. An Interpol agent, wasn't he? I just have trouble picturing that big lunk as an undercover cop. You dig? And not a very good one, seeing as how I got wasted. Okay. That's cool, dog. Not that it mattered either way. See, I have no reason to kill the man, whatever it was. But that's the same for Machi. No motive was proven for him. You're at it. Who are we gonna... Yeah, I mean, he's kind of prime suspect now. Oh, how did Lucas go yesterday, by the way? Come on. He traveled around the world with that old fart. He had plenty of time to come up with a motive on his own, of his own. More than I sure did. I mean, think about it. Oh, yeah. Tehran, you're a detective of international affairs? Yeah, what of it? Oh, nice! Deep place, I'm assuming? Even if it was Mr. Latus's first trip to this country, you still couldn't have met him prior to the concert. So you still could have met him prior to it, huh? Or don't you take any Interpol trips in international affairs?
That's right. Want to take the crescent?
Yeah. Well, you were running the police, right? For the update stuff? That's your game, is it? Guess I better confess then.
Confess?
Yeah, it's a bit of an embarrassment. I've never been sent overseas. Even though... Oh, okay, still a nice one. What? But you're an international. See, me and Plain has got a difference of opinions. We don't like each other much. My condolences. He had a forehead, but he's telling the truth. He never set foot outside the country, I can guarantee it. As it turns out, my division has plenty of work to do locally as well. So how are your matchups then? That's the one for... So you didn't fraternize with him at all during a concert? Fraternize? I don't think we exchanged a single word. Oh, nice! That's if anyone would want to talk to that old Eastern blockhead. Now the ladies. That's a different matter altogether. And nice on the both. So you see... You sure about that? What? What? Wipe that look off your face before I do it for you. Listen. You try throwing out one of your wild accusations. I'll throw it back at you so hard you'll forget who you're accusing of one. Head forehead. Perhaps it's best if you let your evidence do the talking, yeah? Man, what evidence? That's what I want to know. So, he used this motive question as ammunition, huh? Well, I've got ammunition too. Evidence. I'm gonna try something. Objection! Hey, cause this... Your Honor, take a look at this.
What's that? Was that canny?
Oh, did you get the lure? Did you try to get the lure structure lure strike that got out of you? If you just been, you're gonna skip it. That's like this week.
Was that canny?
It's not. Don't lick it, please. Detective Crescent. Ever seen this? Looks like a piece of candy. What is it? What it is? It's evidence. Don't lick it before you try it. Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon. Ah, got it. Understandable. It was found amongst the victim's belongings. Among the victim's belongings.
A cocoon! Never seen one that color.
It is a variety only found in the Republic of Ghana. Nowhere else.
Alright. What is this cocoon replica doing in my courtroom? Surely this has nothing to do with a motive for killing Mr. Latus. Does it?
It does. Wait, I mean, I think it does. You don't sound so confident, man. Yeah. I think they're revealing... I don't know.
A cocoon?
Yeah, so I'm assuming you're still missing the writing ones and stuff, Addy, for your deck.
Is it one of those silky cocoons? The kind you can make, well, silk out of?
Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative.
A curative? For what?
Apparently, it is most effective at treating a disease through incurable. Falling curable. It is the only medicine of its kind. However, it is illegal to take one of those healing cocoons out of Bogana.
Out of our phone! If it's such a miracle cure, why not share it with the world?
Yeah, that's what I've been wondering. We looked into the matter at some length. Apparently, it isn't difficult at all to manufacture the remedy from the cocoon. And yet, if you change the process only slightly, you can easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. A deadly poison, in fact.
What?
There was an incident several years ago where some of these got out onto the black market. It caused quite the commotion in the global community. There's two random ones, one shoe. Ah. Oh, okay. I'm supposed yesterday kind of made you think about that. Though the me was kept largely unaware.
Intriguing.
All this has led to a strict ban on cocoon export. And okay. One regularly enforced by Interpol, among others.
Interpol?
Right! The victim, Roman Latus, was an Interpol agent. Detective Crescent, you insist on referring to him as a manager. But that is misleading. Roman Latus wasn't killed as a manager. He was killed as an undercover agent. So I was trying to smuggle this gumball into the country? That's what you're trying to say? I'm saying that could well be a motive for murder. Oh? So I was going to sell it on the black market, make myself a pretty penny? Ridiculous! I mean, totally unthinkable! Unthinkable, you say? Why?
Perhaps it's time for another testimony about this smuggling of cocoon business.
I think this is the last one. Cocoon smuggling. International Affairs got a memo about these cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them. Can't sell them on the black market. Too dangerous. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. Man, I'm in Interpol International Affairs. I know the deal.
Indeed. Interpol wants these cocoons bad enough to send Mr. Latus undercover.
Let's think up the craziest things. And no way am I gonna risk life and limb just to get my hands on some dirty cocoon money.
Not the most noble statements, but do you know it?
According to reports, these cocoons Queen's top Interpol's list. Selling them to go to an underground organization would be risky.
Caramel, you may begin the cross-examination.
This is the only motive I've got. He's up to something. I'm gonna find out what. Alright. Yeah, I think once we finish... If we got time, I might start the next story. We'll see. That memo! That's how you knew it was a cocoon, knew about the cocoon. Oh, nice one, nice one! I'm running scared now. You had to know about the cocoon to plan this.
Just how well known are these cocoons?
Alright.
I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I've never heard of them.
Well, Lamir knew about them, though not their use. My report indicated that there are ongoing efforts to control information about the cocoons. Most people only know that they're illegal to export, that's all.
Then, I've nothing to be bounced around after all.
You could say people like me who know about them are a minority, yeah. But that includes everyone in international affairs, man. And everyone in Interpol too, for that matter, yeah. So there are other Interpol agents like Mr. Latouche? All over the world, likely. Deep undercover, most of them. That's why these cocoons are too hot for the black market. You don't want Interpol sniffing around your wares. Most come to the conclusion that, sorry. Dangerous? Yeah, Interpol finds you, they arrest you on the spot. Or another marketeer might think you're part of a sting and take you out himself. Times have changed. But wouldn't secrecy drive up prices? Secrecy drive up prices? Why am I screwing up the reading? Yeah, and attention. Every gangster and his brother would want a piece of that action. Hey, turn your forehead into Swiss cheese before you could say objection. Maybe we could get them to cut us hair too. Dude, don't diss the hair. Who's on trial here again? Man, you're so he is know nothing about the market. That's a bad thing. Don't even try to mess with me about this stuff. Which is why you know how to find a loophole in the system. Hey, you can say what you want about me, but back off of international affairs. There ain't no loopholes, okay? What do you think we are, Boy Scouts? That wasn't what I was trying to, Down there on. As you say. There are no loopholes. At least in the case of these cocoons. International affairs, Interpol, and Bulgarian customs are all watching. See, we know what we're doing. Not like some yippy little doggy that laps up every word that Davis says. Why on a... On a what? You want some of this? Chill, both of you. Let's do this cool, yeah? Screw cool! I want this guy's head on a stick. I feel like this to be the key to this motive. There's got to be a way. Need to find out what he's up to. What he was up to. So, maybe not the black market, but there is this potential seller. What about a Chief of Justice? Why not? Sorry. Why not choose a less dangerous buyer then? I would. How clueless are you? Everyone in the market's Dangerous. The second they found out I was a cop, I could kiss my keister goodbye. Why sell to a black market buyer? How about someone like this?
That article! That's about the Chief Justice's...
A deadly poison can be extracted from the cocoon. But so can a cure. And not a cure for just any disease. A cure for incurist.
Incurist? I've heard of that somewhere.
We went to visit the victim of the disease this morning. Your Honor.
Ah! Why, that's the disease the Chief Justice's son has!
Hey, hold on.
You weren't saying...
Our witness is a detective. He would have contact with the Chief Justice.
You are saying... The Chief Justice would never deal in contraband?
Not even to save its own son's life?
But even if a deal went through... Why, it would be an international scandal!
That's Detective Crescent's insurance. If word ever got out, the one with its neck on the line would be the Chief Justice.
Detective Crescent! Is this true?
First I'm a murderer, now I'm a smuggler. How many crimes are you trying to pin on me anyway?
Disastrous as it is to think about, if the Chief Justice were the buyer, why, a seller couldn't hope for a better deal. A cowardly seller.
Don't let sleaze over there or trick you. Well, I made a deal with the Chief Justice. Where's your proof? Well, oh yeah, and you're forgetting one other important thing. Do tell. Interpol isn't the only ones that are watching this. Bulgarian Customs barely sleep. They're so worried about cocoons getting out.
So we were informed. Let's continue with the cross-examination.
Bulgarian Customs are very for everything. Everyone gets checked. Okay. How strict are these custom checks? Way strict. They keep planes on the ground for hours. I do recall it being a bit extreme. They were even confiscating gumdrops and marshmallows.
Yes, it'd be hard to distinguish them.
That's right. Gavin wasn't Bulgarian, wasn't he? I remember setting off the metal detector several times. I had to practically strip naked to walk through. Here's a troubleshooter for you, Gavin. Leave the bling at home, you glamorous flop. Cocoon possession will get you arrested on the spot, then sentenced to death. That is definitely a new statement. Okay, that's pretty extreme. Okay, Bulgaria has this rap as an idiot. You can see, laid back place. Truth is, they're beyond hardcore with security. The Republic of Bulgaria is a peaceful, pleasant country. So this level of security shows us how truly concerned they are about these cocoons. That's the situation. Hey man, if there's a way to get those cocoons, out of there, I sure like to know. You're in a position to know quite a bit about smuggling. Yeah, I needed to know a bit of for work, sure. But all we get are reports on the failed smuggling ops. Not exactly something you'll want to be go copying. But if you want, I can tell you a few of them. Maybe you'll succeed and get rich.
I would be interested in hearing. Really from a legal perspective, of course.
I wait for our judicial system. The replica has to be the key to his... Oh, we've had this. I mean, there is a theoretical way. To explain this. Actually, there is one way. One way to get something out of the country. No checks.
What is it?
You become a prosecutor.
A prosecutor?
Oh, Gavin. I fear. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to learn this the hard way.
I don't believe it!
Believe it, Prosecutor Gavin. What was it that you told me yesterday at your office? It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. Guitar befitting a woman like Lamiar. How did they end up here? I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made a present of it. So this guitar is from Bogena? Yep. That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in the air pressure and humidity, they ruined the wood. So we vacuum packed it in Lamiar's studio. I used a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched. Did I get that right, Professor Gavin? Untouched? Why? The guitar was wrapped in several sheets of vacuum packed in Bulgaria. The pack was untouched until the day of the concert.
Are you saying that guitar was...
With cocoon this small, it would be very easy to use your guitar as a mule to smuggle the cocoon out of Bulgaria.
What?
Which reminds me, Prosecutor Gavin, that guitar had some work done on it recently, right?
Work?
Good memory, forehead. Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? It's called the sound hole. It is called the sound hole. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort. A broken device? Yes, this, in fact.
An igniter!
Exactly. Consider this, if you will. What if that igniter wasn't the only thing that was attached inside your guitar? You mean... He means this, of course. There was a way to get a cocoon out of the country. They could use a picky Prosecutor Gavin's privileged guitar as a mule. And who better to do that than someone with access? Like a member of the band.
Yeah! Order! So the igniter
Was placed in there for a clear reason, it seems. It was a safety precaution.
A precaution?
Header forehead. At last, it all comes together. Every strange thing that happened that day. Character review. Maestro. The gentle sounds of... Aye! Maestro, the gentle sounds of Lamiar's path, if you please. First, my keys were stolen. A harmless misdemeanor. Which forced me to break the lock of my guitar case. The key was stolen to retrieve the cocoon from the guitar.
I see.
But things didn't go so well. The smuggler wasn't counting on the guitar being wrapped. Only a member of the band could get near that case. Unwrapping the guitar would raise too many suspicions. Then the concert began. Right about this time, a very large problem presented itself to the smuggler.
What's that?
Mr. Latouche.
Oh!
Mr. Latouche, an undercover agent, was onto something. He would have known about the guitar. He only had to check the shipping records. So, Mr. Latouche tried to examine the guitar himself. If the cocoon was confiscated then, the gig would be up. The only thing left for the smuggler to do was to get rid of the whole lot. The It's over! Press the switch! No! The guitar bursted into flames, and the cocoon was lost. And then... Mr. Zeus died, with Lamriar there to witness it. There's your kiss! Brilliant, man!
Detective Crescent!
I gotta know. You make all that up on the fly? For a made-up story, it makes a great deal of sense, Theron. The Republic of Pagana? Sorry, man, but I haven't even been there. True, you haven't. Let's see you make up a story for that, kid. How'd I hide that cocoon in the cocoon in the first place, huh? It's not so hard to imagine. You had help about getting an accomplice. That's all. That you had an accomplice was clear from the start. The voice Lamir heard proves it. Sorry. It's over. Press the switch now. You made this transmission from backstage, while your co-conspirator was on stage.
What? But who wasn't?
This is it. The coup de grace. And for once, I know what I'm doing. There's only one person who could have helped him.
Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say, then. Be warned. With great accusation comes great responsibility. Make up your answer on the fly as it were, and you'll be harshly penalized. Are you ready, Mr. Justice? Who was the smuggler's accomplice?
Sorry, Machi. There was only one person who meets all the requirements of the accomplice. And that person is the defendant, Machi Tobai.
What? Mr. Justice, he's your client.
A defense attorney accusing his client? That's a new one. I assure you, no one is more unhappy about this than I. But I am here to defend him in the murder of Mr. Latus. And I stand by my statement earlier that he is innocent of that particular crime.
Indeed, the defendant is Bulgarian. He does meet the basic requirements to be the accomplice. But what if it was in fact Lamir?
It couldn't have been.
Well, you seem sure of yourself.
The reason is electronic signals, Your Honor.
Electronic signals?
Recall that this remote only works to a range of 30 feet. Beyond that, it's useless.
Yes, that's true.
Alright, think back to the testimony. When the shooter made his transmission, Lamir was in the air vent, right above the dressing room where the shooter stood. Let's look at the stage diagram. This is the area that the remote could reach from the air vent.
Well, looking at this, it seems that Lamir still could have done the deed.
No. When the shooter made that transmission, the stage was slightly different than shown here. It was in the middle of the guitar serenade. Part of the stage was raised. Oscar Gavin and Lamir standing were in the air. They were on a tower which happened to be 15 feet tall. In other words, the remote couldn't have worked from Lamir's position in the air vent.
Ah!
Well, Detective Crescent, what do you say to that? Your Honor?
Yes, Detective?
Could we see the video where Gab's guitar burns? Just one more time.
Well, I don't see why not.
What? Don't tell me he has a way out of this. Ah, too bad. So sad, punk. Punk? First you were sleeves, then kid. Hi, punk. You're losing ranks fast, Apollo.
Well, exactly what we're supposed to see in that video.
The problem isn't what we see, correct, Theron? Right. It's what you hear. We are musicians, after all. Care to explain for us non-musicians? Sure thing, punk. Let me get your yarn straight first. You're saying I ordered the wee pianist to set off the igniter? That's right. That right? Yes? Well, in order to do that, he had to press a switch. Am I right? Okay. Well, take another listen. Pay attention to the piano. Piano?
What seems to be the problem there? The piano sounded just fine.
And that's the problem, man. You still don't get it. Yeah. How is he supposed to hit that switch if he's playing? You've got Miss Steva at the guitar, or the bass, the piano, and the drums. The only one with her hands free was the Deva.
Mommy yarn.
But according to you, she couldn't have been the accomplice, could she? Urgh. Your accomplice would have had a hard time helping out if they couldn't even press the switch. Okay, the piano's plays non-stop. He couldn't have pressed that switch.
Well, Mr. Justice, now it does seem to be playing when the guitar catches fire.
Well, it's okay. We all make mistakes sometimes.
Apollo, were you wrong?
I can't be wrong. Everything makes perfect sense. How could it all just... Strange? What's strange? No, it's just... Something's odd about the performance there. On?
Mr. Justice, imagine why I didn't press that switch. Then he could not be the accomplice you claim he is.
But everything points to it. Every fact says he's the accomplice. You've got the facts wrong, man. Here's some facts for you. Gavin's guitar is on fire, but the pianist didn't press the start switch. In other words, your story is full of holes.
Mr. Justice, let's see your final opinion on this matter now. Was it Machi to buy the accomplice? Your answer will reflect on everything you said here. Give it some thought.
Gonna save. Apollo, if Machi's not the accomplice, then our whole case is ruined. I know that. Has to be him. He was the only one who could have helped the smuggler. He had to have pressed that switch. Well, you better find a way to prove it. Urgh.
I do.
I want to listen to this mixing board now. Just listen to the piano. seems like some parts are missing this cue. Yeah, it feels like something's missing. What do we do? What do we do? Ah, there has to be something that doesn't fit. Something on. Something on. Wait a second. What? You follow something? What was Gavin saying just now? Strange. What's strange? No, it's just... something's odd about the performance there. It's not too much to go on, but it's all I've got. How exactly did he hear that was odd?
You come up with something, Mr. Justice? And I remind you that everything rests on this. Can you prove Machi Topai pressed that switch? Do your final answer. Can you prove that Machi Topai pressed that switch?
I can't prove. I don't know if you call this proof per se, but I can't prove it was possible. Then, as prosecutor, it falls to me to ask you to show us evidence supporting this. Head forehead, you sure about this? Accept it. There's no evidence, man.
Is there evidence, Mr. Justice? On what? Sorry, on what do you base your claim that the defendant pressed the switch?
The basis of my claim is music, Your Honor.
Music? What about music?
Let's listen to the piano's parts. Around the time when the switch was to be pressed. Right before the guitar burst into flames.
I hear a piano being played.
But... doesn't this sound kind of simple?
Simple?
Ah, I think I know what he's suggesting. You think Machi could have played that part with one hand?
One hand?
He only needed one hand to press that switch. He could play the piano with the other. So what you... So what? So you're some kind of piano servant? Actually no. Then what do you know? You can't play a part like that with one hand. Or... maybe... I don't know what I'm talking about here. Wait, I know! Hey Trissy! Yeah? You got something? That's right, your piano. Your father. He's a pianist, could he? Oh, Daddy? He couldn't play a part like that even if he had free hands. So sorry. So sad for you. No. Not really. Huh? That was just the easy way to prove it. There's always the hard way. Man, how are you going to prove whether he played with one hand or two? You can't. I admit, it will be rather difficult to prove. But it's highly likely that he was playing with one hand. How do you know that? Clue is what Prosecutor Gavin described as sounding odd. What sounded odd? I bet we can tell by listening to a certain part of the song. No. No way!
Well, it seems we've come to the moment of truth at last. Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say for himself. Show us the part that proves the defendant was playing with one hand.
Allowing them to deceive.
Right before the guitar burst into flames.
Okay. Machi was definitely playing one hand just before the guitar caught fire. One section of the song proves. Hmm. Oh! Yeah, listen. This is the first part. You can catch it now. There's more playing on this part. Yeah, this sounds... Here, mostly here, but if we go back to the first. It's very simple. Oscar Gavin, I'm sure you've realized by now just what it was that sounded odd to you. As I'm sure you've realized it yourself, Hair Forehead. Realize what? I'll demonstrate. Let's listen to the part of question again, shall we? Pay particular attention to the a fleeting melody phrase. Hey man, how many times do we have to listen to the same thing? You're right. Enough of that. Let's listen to another section, shall we? Another section? The guitar bursts into flames at the end of the second verse. Let's listen to the same spot. In the first verse. Pay attention to the "Oh, that night in your embrace." You can, yeah, there's a drop of a sound there.
Oh! Play verse 2 again!
There, did you hear that?
They feel the same, true, but they're clearly very different.
Subtle, but it's there.
What?
Well put, Your Honor. Hey, Your Honor did some good. Your Honor did some good this time. The phrase in verse 2 is quite simple, but the same phrase in verse 1 has high and low notes. You have to use two hands to play that for sure.
Oh!
What's that proof? I would think you know that by now. This is why I hate dealing with amateurs, man. So the two verses had different arrangements. Happens all the time. Not this time, Daron. There's no point in changing an arrangement if you can't hear clearly. And that wasn't the point. I had him play specifically so that the piano would stay in the background. Oh. That was what I noticed. Why should the same phrase sound slightly different? I asked myself. Now, ask yourself why Machi changed how he played. And there's only one answer. He needed a free hand in order to press the switch. No!
Order! I believe this ties all the facts together. Oscar Gavin?
Yes, quite. Though, personally, this comes as a terrible disappointment. What? No comeback? I can't believe it. I did it. I shut him up.
Very well. Barring an objection from the prosecution, I will now state the court's opinion on this matter.
Ah, good show, Sleeves. Great show. It's not over. I don't like it when he looks so happy. You tell him, Gavin. Tell him what's so disappointing. Personally, I'm terribly disappointed. In you, Head Forehead. Huh? Me? Yes. Don't get me wrong. Your kiss is solid. The facts all check out. But even you have yet to show us a single piece of evidence, decisive evidence. Yeah, but the fact anyone can see it was him.
Unfortunately, anyone does not include the law. I'm afraid your case doesn't cut it.
This is what right means by not conventional means wouldn't work.
But some facts might point towards the same conclusion. But without decisive evidence, it's not proof. That's the rule under our current legal system. I don't believe it. It does not seem as though the defense has any more evidence to present.
Oh, I think we did. I think we did. We already would have seen it a long ways back.
It is unfortunate, but at present, this court is unable to acknowledge your accusation.
What? Shrimp is staring us all right in the face. Why can't they see it? What's the point of a legal system that protects criminals? Apollo, remember what Daddy said? It won't be easy proving he did it. Especially under the current court system. So what do I do? Like I said, good luck. I'm being worried about being impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Every man has an igniter inside him. Find Darren Crescent's igniter. Set it off. I wonder what he meant by every man's igniter. I think he just meant a weak spot, no? Kind of thing that a single spark could turn into a wildfire of emotions. I wouldn't be able to press him further by conventional means. I've got to find a weak point in this guy. Something fatal. So, can I get back to work now? Or what? Alright. It may look like I've got a lot of time on my hands. But I've got no more to play pretend with this deadbeat attorney.
Well, Mr. Justice, we've come this far without decisive evidence. This witness won't be coming back to the stand once we let him go.
Every man has an igniter. Huh? Didn't you say the better the guitar, the brighter it burns, Prosecutor Gavin? Ah, yes. Good guitars are kept dry. It's why. That provides the best sound. If even a small spark could cause irreparable damage. Your plan has an igniter in it, too, Detective. It was there from the very beginning. What? Hiding time, Justice. Though this one, he'll be out of your hands for good.
Go for it, Apollo!
What? And this igniter's supposed to come burn me up? That's almost poetic there, Mr. Attorney. All the better. I'm rather fond of poetry. And I intend to hear this one through to the very end. Head Forehead. You are accusing this man, Darren Crescent, of 2 crimes. The murder of Mr. Latus and the smuggling of a Bulgarian cocoon. This is your last chance to prove your case.
This trial's already run on for far too long. Mr. Justice, this will be my last warning. The moment of this Your yours turns out to be a dud. It's the very moment this cross-examination ends. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
And let's have it. What's the basis for these accusations against Darren Crescent?
Okay, this is really my last chance.
He that will take apart Darren Crescent's plan is
a witness. Your igniter isn't a piece of evidence. Huh? So what is? It is true that I couldn't show decisive evidence. But perhaps what I needed to prove my case was something else. You mean a witness? Proving his guilt is a tall order. But I've got just the person to do it.
Our moments of justice! Who is this person who can prove Darren Crescent's guilt?
Our defendant! The one person who can prove Darren Crescent's guilt is the defendant, Machi Tobai!
Your client! Again!
Machi Tobai was an accomplice to the cocoon smuggling plot. Without him, Darren Crescent could not have gotten the cocoon. Furthermore, he can easily prove that the one who plotted to smuggle that cocoon is the real criminal in this case.
How so?
It would require just one of the 5 cocoons Mr. Lotus was looking for. With the cooperation of the Republic of Bulgaria, we could burn a cocoon. The burned cocoon would leave a particular residual. A residual we would, no doubt, also find inside this burnt out guitar.
Very scientific of you!
Thus, if Machi Tobai acknowledged his agreement with Darren Crescent concerning the attempt smuggling the Bulgarian cocoon, the case is solved. Aaron's laughing again. Your unrelated passion is... unrelenting passion is remarkable. You really want to get me, don't you? Too bad you'll never be able to. Why not? The little key tickler won't acknowledge anything. Especially not anything to do with cocoon smuggling.
What's this all about?
Taking a cocoon out of the country means death. By Bulgarian law. Yeah, see? If our pianist really was a smuggler, then testifying about it would be suicide. Believe me, he's not talking. But you're wrong, Detective Crescent. What? It's the other way around. If Machi doesn't admit to smuggling here, he'd be in deep trouble. So he's in deep trouble. Huh? Hi! Look, if Machi admits to smuggling here, then he'd be tried in our courts, by our laws. You don't get the death penalty for smuggling in our country. Looks like it's all coming together. The victim in this case was an undercover Interpol agent. I'm sure that news has already reached Bulgaria, and they're likely broadcasting our dealings in court today, including the part about the Bulgarian cocoon. Yeah, but if Machi doesn't admit to smuggling now, he'll eventually be picked up by the Bulgarian police. It's not like he's in any danger in our court. We're not going to find him guilty of murder here. Not now. Yeah, but you can't do this! You can't accuse me! Maybe the law doesn't allow it. But who's gonna think you're really innocent after hearing this trial? The same goes for Machi Tobai. The cocoon smuggling, your entire plan. Machi Tobai knows everything. There's only one way out of it for him, and that's to acknowledge his own crime. The crime of cocoon smuggling. Don't worry there. I'll get you out of the country. I'll set you up some place. I imagine. Real nice. You want a house made of cookies? Oh no, a house made of pianos. Come on. Please! Don't tell! Dog! Theron, I consider that my last session with you. We rocked. I'm guessing we can treat that outburst as a confession. Uh-oh. He's laughing again. There's a kind of sick depression in it now, though. Desperation right now, sorry.
Well, have you been listening to today's trial?
Yes.
And you'll talk? You'll tell this court everything?
I didn't want it to turn out this way. But I'm not the kind of lord that can overlook a crime. Today's trial was all for your benefit, you know. I see no reason why you should hesitate now. I knew from beginning, I knew. Machi. Situation, cannot explain. Money. I needed very much money.
Today's trial raises a delicate issue with our legal system. The only thing definitive in a court of law is evidence. This is the golden rule. However,
it has become apparent that not all things can be tried by the standard.
In another case of this sort surface, we may have to consider an alternative system by which to administer justice. Anyway, Mr. Machi Tobai,
Yes?
I promise you will receive a fair trial by the laws of our country. And, with regards to the current charges for the murder of Mr. Latus, this court finds the courts are prepared to announce the verdict.
I thank you. I only lie, but you see truth. You'll find truth.
That's our job. Very well. Court finds the defendant, Machi Tobai, not guilty. Court is adjourned.
July 10th, 4... Okay, that took longer than I thought, so we'll probably just do the next episode, next stream. Okay. But we'll finish this part, though. So, July 10th, 4:42 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2! I wonder what will happen to Machi. Well, he did smuggle a cocoon out of Bulgaria. I guess there'll be another trial here. All's well that ends well. Danny! I owe you both my thanks. Lamior! My, is something wrong? I'm sorry. Machi was your partner on stage. Your friend. Yes, I thought of him as my own son. Even I do. Yet, something got a hold of him. Something evil. I see that. And he must pay for what he has done. Is that not how it should be? I'm so sorry. Do not be sorry. You have given me courage. Courage? I am considering an eye operation. It was my suggestion, actually. You mean you'll be able to see again? It's funny. I have always been afraid of the light. Light seems so harsh, so unforgiving. According to the doctor, Lamia lost her sight due to some kind of accident. An accident? As you know, I suffer from amnesia. I fear that if I could see, Perhaps it would open my eyes to the truth I've been running from. I was scared. You know what changed her mind? Hearing your defense in here the other day. She could feel your gaze, unwavering, always looking straight at the truth. If the light returns to my eyes, I think I will take up painting. Painting? That's right! She's the landscape painter of sound, after all. I will paint the two of you. I promise. Woohoo! I can't wait! Let me on! I owe you my thanks too, Apollo. Huh? Thanks? Mr. Right? But for what? You remind me I need to hurry things along. On my secret mission, that is. Right. Your secret mission. Apollo, Trissy, I hope that we will meet again someday soon. You bet! Me too! And so, like a ballad, the trial flew on and on until it came to the end. Thanks to the trial, the guitar serenade was a huge hit. Oscar Gavin's even more dazzling to look at now. But there's something I want to say to that guy. Next time you write a ballad, have him catch the killer at the end. So, that ends Tournament Serenade. It's a weird trial, but yes, but we got one more left in the Apollo in this game. Turnabout Succession. What's Phoenix's secret mission? And just who is, and just what was the accent? No, I'll just give that. What's Phoenix's true mission? And also, will we know more about how Phoenix got the Spard and stuff? Mysteries abound, but we will find out soon. For the next one is the final case of the Apollo Justice game. I'll see you all next. We'll be back on this Wednesday. I'll see you all next time. So yeah, I hope you have a good day and a great week. Good day and a good week. Bye.